So, Thursday morning, going to seal up the swap cooler on the roof once and for all. And I'm going to be having central air conditioning installed here in the next few weeks. Found a good deal, so we're going to get that done. I tell you folks, whoever hears this, you can judge and gauge on your own part of the country, but I think we're in for a long, cold winter here in the U.S. I mean, here we are in the first third of October, and there's frost on the grass, and I was talking with my ex up in Washington State, and she says the last couple mornings she's had to scrape frost off the windshield of the car. But to me, those are signs that's indicative of a cold, cold winter. So, anyways, I know you guys are probably losing sleep over this, so I'll just let you know right up front. I am still looking for that proverbial awesome roommate. Yeah, and it just, it's like that old country singer. It's kind of slim pickings. They say there's a housing shortage here in Utah, and maybe that just applies to, the inner city but up here where I'm at, things are very established, and that's part of the reason why I lived here, is because, I like that. I think if I lived in the city, I'd get a lot less for my money. But there would be, a different atmosphere, but I'm not saying necessarily it would be an atmosphere that would be to my advantage. I'm not a 20 or 30 something. I don't drink. Can you believe I'm going on 6 years without a drink? February 2nd. That'll be Super Bowl 54. Ironically, it was Super Bowl 48 was the last time I had a drink. And then 2 days after the Super Bowl is my 50th birthday. So, more than half my 40s. How dry I am. Yep. But my liver, of course, is greatly appreciative, as is my bank account. Police are probably kind of bummed out about it. Come on, man, just have a few. Go for a drive, dude. It's all good. But nope. It's liberating when you're out at 2 o'clock in the morning for unknown reasons. And you look in the rearview mirror and like, oh, there's a cop following me. So, could be 2 o'clock in the afternoon for all I care. But, I guess I want to just touch on a short subject here. That, when you're a younger person, life is still ahead of you. Everything is new, It's definitely the experimental phase of the human experience, experimentation and all kinds of stuff. And I think everybody should go through their phases, because it helps them create identities and understand things about themselves. And as we get older, we get a lot more compartmentalized and jaded and cynical and conservative. And you okay? He's probably like, oh God, I hope this isn't some kind of long-winded speech. Well, you know me. But, I think before we had all this technology coming along, we found each other more interesting. Now we don't find each other interesting at all, And I thought for a while that, maybe I'm just looking at it from the perspective of when I'm young. Because when you're young, everything is kind of interesting, right? You're much more tolerant and patient to situations and maybe more open-minded in a lot of ways. But still, even people who were in their 30s and 40s, back when I was in my teens and 20s, there was still just so much more appetite for new conquests and new friends and new ideas and new lovers and, career changes and lifestyles and your attire. You might change your hairstyle or, buy different clothes and try a different... What is the problem? Matthias, where are you? Okay, I think he was seeing his reflection in the mirror or in the glass, and I need to get him a friend. I need to get me a friend. Maybe I could find a single woman with a kitten or a puppy. Yeah, everybody would be happy. But, it's so true. Before the advent of the internet and these fucking little gizmos in our hands, we found excitement. We found adventure. We found enlightenment. We found lust. We found love. We found laughter in each other. And then this technology comes along, and it was like the perfect tool to divide us and separate us, And I think that single-handedly is what, has led to the personalities that we see today, It's just, well, I have this tool in my hand, so why should I find you interesting who's standing in front of me when I can, go online and find 80 other guys that are equally as funny as you? Or I can find 60 women that look better than you. Or, if I'm wanting to find other people who are like-minded, wherever they may be, we can toss shit around, but we'll never meet each other, most likely. And it's an escape, is what it is. It's time-consuming, it's an escape, and it can be fun at times, and it can be a helpful tool if used correctly. But before we had this shit, we relied on what the day would bring, Like, I have no idea what's going to happen today. I don't know who I'm going to meet today. I don't know what's going to happen, or I've already said that, but, it just, the possibilities. But now I think, we've kind of painted ourselves into a corner to where we know pretty much what every day is going to bring, or what every days we're going to allow, if that makes any sense, because we're becoming so routine and so melancholy, like the 1993 movie with Bill Murray and Andy McDowell. It's funny as hell. Groundhog Day, right? Bill knows every day he wakes up, it's a new day. But it's like everyone around him is living the same day over and over and over. And he starts seeing the patterns and is like, what the hell can I do to escape this madness? This is bullshit. Well, the core of the movie was that he needed to change as a person. You see? But ironically, that movie was made before we had internet. We were still relying on each other as our entertainment, in real time and real form. But the precipice of the story makes so much sense to me. And that's very much how I feel in my life every day. It's like every day I wake up, I know it's a new day. And sure, your days are going to have similarity, and there's going to be a level of commonality, of routine. But I'm always searching, and I always have, for the new adventure or meeting that new person of enlightenment, How many of you people out there look at the day as a new day and are eager and hope to meet someone new that could be a level of energy, a level of light, maybe a potential level of love? I just don't think people think that way anymore. Hence, why things are the way they are. For most of us. It's not just me, it's not just you. It's most of us, I never realized how many people were adopted until I did my search and started setting up networks to help people if I did meet someone that turned out to be adopted, how I could help them get started for their search. And I've had people contact me and say, look, thank you for your, you sharing your story, because that's given me strength to find my answers. Or, people who shared their story to me before, I did my search all those years ago. But those are very personal matters. But it just, what I'm saying is it leads to that thinking of, wow, there's a lot more people out there than I thought there were. I have that running joke. Did anybody in the late 60s, early 70s keep their kids? It seems like everybody was adopted, because women had very few options back then if they got pregnant. Abortion was illegal until 73, Roe versus Wade. And the conservative viewpoint of parents of teenage girls at that time was, you're not going to bring any bastardly child into this house and bring shame and disgrace. Now, a teenage girl gets pregnant. Oh, the future grandparents couldn't be more happy, and half the time they wind up raising the kid, So it just teaches the kid, oh, fuck, if I get pregnant, it's no big deal. There is no shame. Everything I do is forgiven. And like I said, it just puts money into the bank of permissiveness, Hey, honey, you turned 14 today. Let's just have a mom-daughter day, and let's go out and get tattoos. Yeah, way to go, Mom. That's really teaching your daughter a life lesson there. Yeah, I got my first tattoo on my 14th birthday with my mom. 4 years from adulthood, and I'm already inking myself up. Yay! Well, we all know what tattoos are. Tattoos are like drugs and alcohol and gambling. They're addictive. You can't just stop at one, So I'm sure one day we'll have a support group for that. Hi, my name is Angelo. I'm powerless over body art. Hello, Angelo. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and laugh. It'll happen. It's an addiction. It'll be classified. People will start running out of epidermal surface for their ink, and then they'll be like, oh my God, now what am I going to do? I don't know, seek help. But people don't listen to me. But anyways, my rants get raves and my raves get rants. But I think that really is the bummer about life now, is that, we don't look to each other as not so much paradigm of hope per se, but the enjoyment of meeting someone new. And if you meet someone that has you doubled over in laughter, or you meet someone, that's really cute or handsome, or is just really knowledged, why in the world would you just allow that person to pass by without saying, hey, can I get your number? Or do you Facebook? Or, even back in the day, kids, before we had all this technology, if you met somebody that was above par, someone that was unusual, or different than the herd, there was something that was fascinating about them, you made that point to get some kind of link to them, And 9 times out of 10, you weren't sorry about it. Because your gut is stronger than you think. That vibe that we get, it's like, I don't know. It goes beyond the fact that she's got a great ass. It goes beyond the fact that he's got long hair or a deep voice. Just something about that person, I like them. And I want to see them again. I want to communicate. I want to know more, It's like a preview to a movie, right? Wow, that looks really good. We have to go see that. That's a perfect analogy, People are like previews to a movie. I definitely don't want to see that one. Ooh, that has promise. You see? But we're so busy now with other shit and our own personal shit. We fast forward through the previews. Or we get to the movie theater late so we won't have to worry about the previews. We just want to get to the main feature. Well, in short, maybe we're missing out. Have a good day.